everyone, and welcome to Offstage, a conversation with students, hobbyists, and professionals from the world of music about music with me, your host Anagh. And today I have guests Keshav and Saarth. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, how you, man?
It's going good, man.
Going good? Yeah, going good. I mean, now the podcast, I believe this is episode 23, but since last week we've shifted, as some of the viewers know, to alternate weeks now. So if anyone's wondering why last week there was no episode, that is why. But yeah, this week I have two Octavium students as the guests, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Keshav and this is
Yeah.
Saarth.
Ah,
So yeah, I'll just give us introduction.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Good.
we're in a band called Skip,
Hmm.
where I guess I'm the vocalist and Saarth's the guitarist.
Okay.
Uh, Vocals are something I've been taking on, like it's a new thing. So it's like
Hmm.
past 2 years,
Hmm.
and guitar has been like my main instrument for like 8 years, and I think
Okay.
Saarth's also with
Yeah.
me for like 8 years. So.
So yeah, we've been playing together for I think over 8 years now, and I think we initially started off by going to one like music school, and then like we'd done a few performances, and then we decided to like switch to Octavium, and after that it's honestly been pretty uphill. We got into writing songs, we got into like recording like covers, but like not just standard covers, and trying to make things our own.
Okay.
And yeah, and it's been good. And Keshav plays the guitar and sings, and I play the guitar and occasionally try to work on harmonies, but yeah, that's still a very work in progress thing. But yeah, I mean, and both of us really like enjoy songwriting. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to hear. And I will ask you more questions on that in a bit. But the first thing I want to ask you guys, something I ask everyone, is what inspired you and what made you go like, okay, I want to start doing music, or I want to start learning this particular instrument, or I want to start singing. So who wants to go first for that
You
question?
want to start,
You
huh?
wanna start?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Guitar, like honestly, like it was just something I had to pick up over summer. So like, my mom was like, "What are you going to do this summer?" I'm like,
Okay.
"Okay, guitar sounds cool. Might as well
Ah,
do it." Like, and then
fair enough.
I never owned a guitar in the beginning, so I had to borrow someone's. I fell in love with it, and the rest is history. Like we just started going to classes, and then all that shit happened. And
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and I think more of the same for me. But I mean,
you used to do piano,
yeah,
right?
as much
Yeah.
as I'd like to give like a divine, nice, inspiring story about how I got into guitar, it was more of just like my mom forcing me to learn piano, and then I think I went for like a month, and I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Hmm.
And then I like my brother used to play guitar, so I just picked up his guitar one day, and then I thought, you know what, I should try guitar classes. And then
Okay.
again from there, it was a hard few months in the beginning, but I'd say after that it's been the best thing I've ever done. So
I mean, start with the piano. I mean, so did I in a way. I started with keyboard, but even I was like, I wanted to learn drums, but my parents like, you're physically too small, so start keyboard instead. But yeah, I mean, after all the episodes I've done, I've noticed quite a few people start with the keyboard. It's like the first instrument because it's easy on the body, especially when you're a tiny kid. But yeah, I mean, uh, uh, it's great that both of you are playing guitar now, and obviously doing a very good job. I saw you guys perform live quite recently, actually.
And
Uh,
yeah,
at Octavium on, I believe it was April 16th, or was it
yeah,
May?
the recital thing, yeah.
yeah.
The recital thing, that was in May. I mean, that was in May. The right. That's when I saw you guys play, and I enjoyed it, and I saw a lot of people also enjoyed. So you guys are doing really good, man.
Thanks.
Thanks for that, man.
And this is a bit of a short question, but who are some of your guys' inspirations or some of your favorite artists?
I mean, like every guitarist, I mean, in the pop scene is like John Mayer, like that's like a staple at this
Ah,
point.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's calling him an inspiration is actually understating it. He's practically defined the way we play the guitar, the way we look at songwriting, and like the way we look at music, and
Hmm.
like anything and everything we do is honestly credit to him. And like he's he's been like such an important like figure in our lives, and like I say that like I know him, but like he's just been such an inspiration to us. And apart from him, I think some like there's a a couple like pop singers, and I think like Shawn Mendes, Taylor Swift,
These are all like, yeah,
our songwriting sort of
songwriting
inspirations.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can, now that you mention it after having seen some of your stuff, I guess that makes sense. So if any of the viewers are big fans of Taylor Swift or Shawn Mendes or John Mayer, you should check them out. And I think you will like what they have. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So earlier you guys mentioned that you were earlier at some other music school and then you shifted to
Yeah.
Octavium. So I want to know, how is it that you came across Octavium, and what was it that made you want to join Octavium after having seen it?
So I actually knew a friend, I think Rishikesh. I think he used to come to
Okay.
Octavium,
Yeah.
and he's played drums, and so that's how I got to know about Octavium. And
Okay.
so like over here, it was very basic stuff. Like I was learning chords, and we were now like going to the next step. So I figured maybe like a proper music school would be the idea, and so like
Okay.
that's how I came across Octavium. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think we went there. We had an introductory session
with
with our
Prabhat sir.
mentor
Yeah,
Prabhat
yeah.
sir, and yeah, just sorry to be like deviating, but like Prabhat sir is honestly like one of our inspirations as well, and like
Ah.
I think everything he does, every time we see him play the guitar, we're just more inspired like each time, and it's been the case for like I think 6 7 years now, and we just never stop learning from him. Like he's an absolute god, and that's all I'll say. So yeah, and we had a session with him, and then he sort of told us, and then like we really liked it, so we decided to like try it out. And after that, I think once we start coming to Octane, we really liked the vibe. We liked like the whole music vibe that's there in the entire place, and it's just very wholesome, and yeah, it's been good. It's been a very
This is
nice
back
place.
when Prabhat sir had an afro, right?
Yeah, I think this was back when Prabhat sir had an afro. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I remember that. I completely forgot having that kind of hairstyle.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that you guys mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah, he did have that kind of hairstyle. No, for a moment I was like, for a moment I totally forgot. I've always known him to be that way. Um, but yeah, so can you guys talk to me a little bit more about your duo, that is Skip?
Yeah.
So, as in, how did you? When did you decide that you wanted to start something, and when? How did you start writing original music? What was the process like? Was it difficult in the beginning, or did it
Yeah.
just come to you? You know?
So I think we were very sort of like-minded from the start. So I think when we joined Octavium, initially we were just like sort of working on covers, and like we used to make those sort of covers where we'd just play the tabs for a song
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like call that a cover. But like I think as we sort of advanced, we realized that we had like similar ideas and aspirations, I'd say, when it came to music, and like
Mm.
both of us didn't care about like how big we were or like what we did, but we just knew that we really wanted to like put stuff out there. And I think we started writing towards the end of like I think my 10th grade, like which would have been his ninth grade. And
3 years ago.
yeah, 2 3 years ago. And I think we wrote like we have like this one song that we wrote back then, and I think it's still one of our songs that we like the most. I mean, well, I love it, but he hates it. But like, yeah, that's a
I mean,
different
like
story.
the first 2 years is pretty rough because we suck. Like
Yeah, we wrote a lot of bad stuff, and
English
like
is like not our first language, right? Like every
mean,
Indian is not our first
like,
language, so like we don't have like very
we're not very
song.
proficient,
Yes.
and like you're not like none of us have written like exceptional writing poems and all of that, so it was very new to us, and we sort of got used to it. And I'd say that like if you see the stuff we made like back in the day, it was honestly like some of it was quite awful. And I think
puke worthy.
and like we used to watch these videos of like Ed Sheeran going that you keep writing, you get all the garbage out, and then the good stuff starts flowing. And I think that's sort of
That
what
is true.
happened.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we've gotten a few good songs like written over the past few months. And I think some of the best songs we've written has like just been when we've just sat together and like just started like randomly
yeah,
jamming
yeah.
and playing a chord, and then like stuff just flows, and like that's just been the best. So yeah, those, yeah. And for as to how we started, I think the, I don't know if there was an exact date or time when we decided to start, but I think this was maybe 4 years back when we when Prabhat sir had asked us to record a cover in the studio, and we wanted to
Oh
post
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
then we
yeah.
needed a name and all
And,
of that. There's another story behind
and
that.
yeah.
So yeah, and then after that we sort of yeah, and then we just recorded more covers, and then we started recording originals. And I think maybe in like a month or two, we intend to record and release a few originals as well. So
Okay. I was actually just gonna ask you if there are any plans on recording the songs that you have and putting them out there, like on music platforms to listen. And are we gonna expect some singles, or are we gonna expect an EP, or are we gonna expect an entire album? Or
Like
do you guys
recording,
have an idea
yeah, like
as
recording
to?
at home is like really annoying. So every time we'd sit down, we record, and then you'd hear like 5 cars just going by. And so, like, we finally said, okay, we'll go to the studio. And so we went to Octavium like a couple of weeks
when he
back.
says we finally said, it's like after 2 years of trying recordings at home, and like we were like, you know what, this track is done. We're gonna be releasing this, and then we listened back to it, and then there's like this random horn in the middle, or there's some white noise, some cable issues there. So we're like, you know what, let's just do this in a studio. So yeah.
So I think, like now, since all our exams are over, entrances, everything's up. So we're just going to start hitting the studio, start recording. Yeah.
If you guys want to hit the studio, you have to hit me up now. So
Yeah.
if you want to use the studio, just let me know, and then I
Yeah,
will
Sure.
definitely.
we will see what we can sort out.
Yeah.
And Saarth just said that there is a story behind the name Skip.
Okay, again, this is like one of those things that you expect to be a very nice story, but like it really isn't. So
Oh, let's hear it anyway.
we needed a
Let's
name,
So,
and we thought about what we could call ourselves, and I don't think we came up with many names either. We started off thinking about what we could call ourselves, some sort of acronym with our names in it, and obviously S and K, right? So we had SK, and we just looked for and we thought for a while about what we could have, and then nothing really struck, and then I just googled words that start with SK, and I think skip was like the only word that came up. So I was, and obviously, like, I mean, I didn't even think it was a very cool name at the time, and it probably still isn't, but like I just told Keshav, I was like, you know what, bro, let's go with this. Then he's like, bro, what does the IP stand for? And then I was like, bro, I'm not sure about the I, but I know that the P can stand for Prabhat. So that's how we started, and then that just become the thing.
you can, I don't know, if you, maybe you can think of it as Saarth Keshav is Prabhat student. I don't know. I just try to come
We
up
don't
with
like
something.
Yeah.
I just came up with something on the spot. I didn't read.
anything is better than IP.
I yeah. I mean, I could take. I would probably need some time to think of something good to what can stand for IP. But yeah, that's what I came up with at the spur of the moment. Um, so from what I've noticed is both of you guys like basically grew up together doing music and all that. So I want to know what was it like having a friend that was like living on the same floor as you, learning guitar with you, like together for like 8 years. I mean, I'm sure that experience would have been different as to a person just learning guitar on their own, because you have someone to share a lot of your experience with. So
Exactly,
what
shared
has that been like?
experiences. So, like, dude, like 8 years we were learning guitar, and like I was really lucky that we both were on the same track and same mindset. Like, we both wanted like this kind of thing, and like having someone who you could jam off. Like, even playing like blues, right?
Yeah.
We would play like a push and pull. Like, I would give like a lick, and I would go back to the backing, and Sath would go to like. It's like a very shared experience for us. It's actually been great. Like, we've learned a lot of each other. Like, I'd give like some really trash lyrics, and the Sath would like straight up say, "Bro, it sucks ass." Like, just don't write it. And like, we've been honest with each other. Like, it's helped us a lot, honestly.
Yeah, I think more of the same. It's been like it's probably been longer than 8 years, and I think the fact that both of us went on roughly the same track in life with like the same courses academically as well, and like you know, I knew about like if there was like exams going on, I'd work harder and get more stuff done. If there were exams if his exams if he knew I had exams, then he'd like sort out whatever we needed to, and we just sort of like, you know, and the thing is, we were always like on point with the genres that we liked. It was roughly always the same thing. Like if we wanted to do pop, we'd do pop. Suddenly he'd play blues, then we'd switch to blues. We'd make the switch to rock as well in the middle, and like maybe punk sometimes. And yeah, so it's just been like honestly like one of the things that both of us are extremely grateful for. So yeah.
Huh. You mentioned that both of you took up the same courses. What courses do you guys take?
It's supposed to be like schooling wise, like what subjects we like. So like that's another
Okay.
point where we would like connect. So as friends, yeah, we're like regular friends, but like as musicians, we're like thick and deep. Like
Okay. So you guys are now going to or have started what? 11th?
I just finished my first year of college,
yeah, and I'm
and
in
Okay.
12th.
he just
So
finished
yeah,
12th.
so we're both like up there. Yeah,
Okay. So around the same age as me, basically.
yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And since you mentioned about exams, one thing I want to know is you guys, like you mentioned, have been learning guitar for a really long time, and of course you didn't stop. Now, what I've noticed is a lot of people during exams or during your 10th or during your 12th, or if they go for college and it's like something like engineering or something intense, they stop. So I'm assuming you guys didn't take any breaks from music or anything, right?
No, no, no.
So that's one thing is that's wonderful to hear. And second is what were the were your parents also supportive of you continuing music? And of course I'm sure you wanted to continue music during the exams and all that. So I just wanted to know what that was like, because
So I kind of made it clear to my parents that music is something I wanted to do. Like
hmm,
sure, I can do your engineering, I can do your doctors and stuff, but music is something that has to be a part of my life.
hmm,
And so, like, I don't know, it just stuck with me. Like, it's my guitar is just sitting there, and there's another guitar is just sitting behind me. So,
hmm,
like, even when I'm not doing anything, I'll just go pick up the guitar and just start playing. So, like, it's just like I'm surrounded, and I don't mean to say like it's forcing me to. I just pick
huh.
up the guitar, and
You
yeah,
get tempted to play the guitar.
I swear, yeah.
Yeah. Sath, what about you?
Yeah, I think I sort of told my parents too that, and I think my parents sort of figured out that both of us really, like, both our parents sort of knew that we were really into this, and like it wasn't like just for show or anything of that sort. Because
Yeah.
even when we weren't putting out anything, like we were just putting hours and hours into recordings that both of us knew we weren't going to be using. But like
Hmm.
it was that sort of thing. And again, like I just have my guitars lying around whenever there's free time. Like it doesn't even need to be free time. Like if I'm taking a break during like exams, I'll just sit and practice for a while, or I'll just
Hmm.
play. So I don't even like by practice. I don't even mean like technical practice. I just like play a few chords. Like music is something that just makes me feel good. So like I just
Hmm.
like play a few chords and I'm back to feeling all right, and then I just go back to this thing. And like honestly, that's what music is to us. And I think our parents sort of know that. And yeah, the same thing. Like he said, if I don't mind doing an engineering course, but it's always gonna be there in my life. And like if it ever like kicks off, then that'll be the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear from both of you, that you guys are so into music and what music is to you. And for basically the last question I have for today is, what are your guys' future plans? In general, is music? Are you planning on maybe taking a full time gig in music, or are you going to keep it as just a hobby, or you're going to do like a side gig thing, or and if your future plan is not mainly music, then I'd like to know what generally you guys plans are.
So, like, no, so the plan was honestly after schooling,
Huh?
I would do music, but I think everyone told like me and my parents told me like just get a degree so like you have like something to fall on. Like I think I even met your dad about this. Like should I
Hmm.
do music or just go to college? He said like yeah, just do. Everyone see. He said music is a very hard job. Like
Yeah.
in sense, it's something. Yeah, you can love it creatively, but like it's not somewhere where you get a lot of money. He said
Hmm.
have something to fall on. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll do like a bachelor's degree and then just head on full music. Yeah. Like,
Oh, okay. Okay. It's nice to hear that you're planning to do full on music. And Sarth, what about you?
Yeah, I
What?
think for me, like I think I just wanted to always like do music full time. And But I think my opinion about doing music full time is that you don't need to, like, I there was this phase when I wanted to really get a degree in music theory and all of that, and then I realized that that's not really the kind of like musician I am in like in the way that I'd more enjoy like songwriting and just being able to perform and play gigs. Like live performances is something that I really dig and enjoy. And I think irrespective of like college going on or not, it never feels like I'm just doing it music at the back or side by side or anything of that sort, because I feel like it's always my main thing. Even though I'm like studying during exam, doing a lot of things in college, I'll always make sure that I have enough time for music, and I'll do and like he said, right? So we've, even though I'm in college, he had his entrances, like, which is probably one of the roughest phase of anyone's life, and like he still managed to we still managed to like just sit down right before some exams, get like we wrote like a wonderful song, raise both of our moods. And now that his exams are over, we'll probably like head to the studio. Like I think this will be the first actual significant progress we make in like the recording thing, because we take like the big step, get to the studio, record the song completely, because we have like a good 6 7 originals completed, and we just
Oh
really
wow.
need to like record them, and we have like a whole plan for an EP. So we need to do it's been there for like over a year now. I think I wished him last year on his birthday saying that we got to finish the EP, and then I wished him again this year saying we got to finish the EP. So I mean, I think one thing that's definitely on the bucket list for this year is to get the EP completed and out, because I feel like it's not even about like the money or how much people will love it. I feel like it's just something I want to really have out there. So yeah,
Yeah, no,
that's
that's a good thing to have, that you're not
yeah.
releasing the EP so that you're trying to, make money or blah blah blah. And I think I got a little bit of a taste as to what all the additional sounds were to your home recordings.
Who's gonna say?
Yeah, but yeah, that pretty much brings us to a close of today's episode. I had a wonderful time with you guys. It was
Yeah.
lovely hearing from you. And to all the viewers, you can check both of them out. If you're watching this on Instagram, they'll be tagged below along with their duo skip. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have all the social media links in the description. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'd suggest to go and watch it on YouTube or Instagram. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. And
Right, and thank you for having us.
check them
Yeah.
out. Of course, it was my pleasure having the both of you. And this has been episode 23 of Offstage, and I will see everyone in the next episode. Yeah.
See
See you
you.
guys.
See you
Bye.
guys. Bye.